Alright, BP made another video, and I was surprised at just how clear this one was. I mean, it's not nearly as clear as a video by Spock or something, but by BP standards, this is a very clear video, and I was pleasantly surprised. I'm going to just go through his points here. First, he says that I am assuming a material world devoid of value judgments. And that's true. That's true. That is what I am assuming. Now, we can always doubt our senses, right? We could all just be a brain in a vat or the dream of a demon, right? And so to even talk about the world, you are presupposing the validity of your senses. So yeah, he's correct there. Then he says that my position is that morality cannot be reduced to material, therefore it doesn't exist. And that's true. That's my position. Whereas something like an agreement, a value, consciousness, emotions, those can all fundamentally be reduced to material, whereas an ought cannot be reduced to material. But what you can do, you can come up with some standard of morality. You can say, like, matter arranged in a way that I subjectively perceive as muddy, therefore all because are moral or something. Like, you can do something like that, but you can't derive an ought from material reality. Then BP says that reducing everything to material eliminates human intentionality and mind dependence. And this is a little bit confusing because one's perception of the world depends on how they see the world, of course, right? Which I assume exists independent of one's values. So no, physical reductionism doesn't eliminate mind dependence in terms of one's perception of the world. And as for human intentionality, I don't know what sense he's using that term. If he's using it to mean free will, then yes, materialism goes against free will. Then Brainpolice says that he doesn't believe that there are any facts in a normative vacuum. What he means by that, if Brainpolice means that all statements expressed by humans are filtered through their own perceptions and beliefs, then sure, I would agree. I'm just saying that there's a real world out there that exists objectively the way it does, regardless of what I believe. I'm not certain of this. I could just be a brain in a vat, but I'm just going based on what my own, and I'm assuming that my perceptions are true. People can incorrect the world, transmission of fact, personal policies, but this is not in any way an argument against materialism or an argument for normativity, because even these biases are not necessarily normative. Right? If you're being completely honest but are just biased, that doesn't mean you're forwarding an ought. If you think something in front of you is a ball and it turns out just to be a circular slip of paper that's, tilted an odd way, that doesn't mean you were saying that what was in front of you ought to be a ball. It just means that your perception, your description was incorrect. Brainpolice is conflating bias and perception with normativity. Furthermore, even if you could show that human thought necessitates normativity, which he hasn't, these oughts would just be a description of what other people think. Again, the thought of an ought does not equal an ought. So even if Brainpolice was correct here, it wouldn't matter because he would just be describing mental states. Then BP says something completely backwards. He says that one can't appeal to material facts without relying on institutional facts. The classic example of an institutional fact would be the idea that paper money has. But the thing is, this institutional fact can, in principle, be reduced to all of the physical facts that create a chain of physical facts which we conceptualize as money having value. All of the mental states, all of the neurological arrangements of all the people involved to believe that this money has value, that these dollars are legal tender, and that these dollars have to be printed in a certain way. And it's not apodictic. A $20 bill can be one molecule off and it will still be accepted by people and by those dollar reading machines. Okay, but these are all just a long chain of physical facts. So no, institutional facts rely on material facts. All so-called institutional facts are just the aggregation of lots and lots of material facts, all the way down to the cosmic foam. We are stardust. And then Brainpolice says, the entire naturalistic discourse depends on the normatives that reductive physicalists want to deny. And I assume these are the institutional facts. But as anyone can reason, institutional facts are just the aggregation of material facts. So no, materialism explains institutional facts just fine, and one can come up with a standard of morality in a descriptive sense. But there still aren't any aughts, and you still haven't shown. Yeah.